So the kind folks at Atoto have sent me an Android car entertainment unit to review. This is the system right here. I've got everything laid out. Up to here is what is supplied, so everything from my hand to the left is what comes in this box. You've got the head unit itself. This is a 7-inch completely touchscreen unit. It's got buttons on the side which are also touchscreen. So that's the unit to fix. You've got your manual. It comes with a little plastic fascia for the front. And then you've got all your wiring bits and pieces. This is the loom that we're going to be using. You do get another one if you want to just hardwire it to the existing wires in the car, but we're not going to be using that. You also get a few other bits and pieces. There's a couple of USB cables here. You've got a sat-nav antenna, which I don't know if we'll be installing that today. I might do that at a later date. So that's that. We've got a microphone here for using the in-car hands-free unit. It also comes with a Wi-Fi antenna. Probably not going to be using that in this either, but it does come with one. A little mounting bracket as well. Now these other parts here we had to purchase separately, so this is what they sent me, but these parts I had to purchase separate to that. So we've got a wiring harness here to fit it in a 2006 Ford Mondeo. That should just plug straight into the factory wiring, and that will just plug into the wiring we have come with the radio. It also comes with a few other wires. Looks like an AUX wire and a little box which I'm not entirely sure what that's for, but we'll find out in a little while. It also comes with a few keys to remove the old stereo and a little aerial thing. I also had to purchase a Ford Mondeo specific fascia for the car, so that was separate as well. So we've got everything we think we're going to need to install this thing. So we're going to move over to the car now and install it in the car, and hopefully it'll be plug and play. So the car still has the standard Sony unit, but this one doesn't actually work properly. I think the CD player or something doesn't work. So that's why we've decided to change it out. Okay, so it took a little bit of wrestling to get out, a little bit of wriggling these things, but this stereo is loose. Just going to slide it on out. Undo the wiring on the back. Just got an aerial. Pop that off. Connector on the back. Being an Android, I think it's going to have a little bit of a long startup, just like what your phone would. It's probably been about 20 seconds so far. Well, there you go. Okay, so it's popped up straight on the radio. Should we see if we can get a station? Let's try. The glass is really thick. We've got radio. That's a good start. Alright, I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm going to go back off that. Okay, so we were just trying to figure out how to get the steering wheel controls to work. There's two different styles of wiring harness for this. We couldn't seem to figure out how to get it to work, so we're not going to bother too much with it now. It's not sort of necessity. So we're going to go ahead and stick this back in. We've got the sat-nav/DAB wire all hooked up, and that goes up there. We've got the aerial, and we've got our main harness still wired up there as well. And we've also plugged in a USB so Dad can use like a memory stick or something to plug into it if he wants to. So we're just going to go ahead and install the fascia. Probably going to put that in first, and then install the head unit, and then just test it out, make sure that everything works still, and that'll be job done. Right, do you think it's best to install this first? Yeah, I wonder. Do you think we need those clips that were? Okay, I don't really know what they do, but there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to feed all the wiring through this. It's that one. Sat-nav, Where's the USB one? That's got to go in as well. Not that one. Should take all them. That fits in there pretty snug. That's that one. Right, gonna plug everything back in. So we've got our main wire there, sat nav, which is that one. We've got our aerial for our radio. Oh, I felt a bit better. Okay, so we've got the head unit properly installed now. I've got all the fascia on and stuff like that. So I just want to quickly, we had a bit of a play with it as well, just to familiarize ourselves with it and just see where everything is. So I just want to go through it with you just to show you what sort of things are on it. Obviously this is the main screen, so you've got a bar along here which you can class as your favorite apps, so you can move them around. If you've got one you want to swap with it, you can just put it in its place. My dad set his up how he wants them along the bottom. The middle one, oh sugar, didn't mean to do that. The middle one opens up sort of all the apps, so you've got a bunch of stuff here, a bunch of stuff there. You can obviously Bluetooth your phone to it, so you can hook your phone up with Bluetooth. You can call people and you can play your music from your phone if you've got music on your phone, which is pretty handy. You've got a music app here, which at the minute my dad's got a little USB stick plugged into at the minute, so he's got all his music on here. So you see all your music comes up on here. It divides it into albums and singers and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So that's that one. We've then got the radio. Obviously you haven't set them all yet, but you can set all these presets along the bottom. So that's neat. Google Maps, we've found out that you have to download the offline maps on your laptop. So he's going to do that at some point. You have to put them on like a little SD card and put them, there's a little SD card slot just there, you can't really see it. So you put it in there and then you can use Google Maps offline, so you don't have to have your phone hooked up to it using your data. So we're going to do that at some point as well. Spotify's there. You've got Pandora, which is like Spotify. As you saw, we were watching myself on YouTube, so you can watch YouTube if you hook yourself up to your Wi-Fi or your hotspot. I was telling Dad you can actually get like a USB style dongle, so it looks like this, and you put a SIM card in it and you can put data on it to save you using your phone data. You can use that instead. And then there's just a bunch of other stuff on here you can use. You've got DAB radio, but I think you need to have a DAB actual unit which you can put in your car. It doesn't. I thought DAB was going to work through the radio itself, but it doesn't, which is a little bit disappointing. AUX, what else is there? DVR, which is for if you want to put an input into the front. So my dad has got a camera, a front-facing camera. However, we haven't plugged it in. I suppose you could do that in the future if you wanted. But you can also put a rear camera in here if you wanted to put a reversing camera. That'd be pretty cool in the future. Anything decent to show you? You've got Gmail, which is useful. Internet browser. Play Store, so if you want to download some more apps, you can jump into the Play Store. Obviously you need to use data for that as well, but there's probably other things you can download. That's pretty much it. The rest is sort of not used quite as much. This one my dad is going to use at some point. I'll probably add another video later and show you what this is like, but he hasn't got his Bluetooth OBD port at the minute. But this should be pretty cool. You'll be able to see all your data from your car and stuff, and read codes and stuff like that on that. So that's pretty useful. But overall, it's actually a really nice little unit. My dad's really happy with it. It sits in the car really nicely. This trim makes it look almost factory, which is really cool. It's a great upgrade on the Sony 6 CD thing he had before. Obviously you can't play CDs through this, but with the technology we have nowadays, not that many people really use CDs anymore, so this is going to be much more useful. Okay, so there we go. That was the installation of the Atoto A6 Android in-car head unit. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Big shout out to Atoto for actually sending that out. They are actually a China-based company, but they have got an Amazon store. So what I'll do is I'll link both their website and their Amazon store down in the description. If you want to go pick one up, do so. I am very impressed with the unit itself. It's very responsive, it has lots of features. It's essentially like having an Android phone built into your car. So I was very impressed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe for future content, and I'll see you in the next one.